The arrangement shift begins with a strict adherence to procedural rules that define every action you take at the desk. Your first order of business is to use the key card to unlock the main entrance door exactly at 7 o'clock in the morning. Each entry is automatically recorded in the system log, ensuring that all access points are monitored for security and order. The key card represents the structured order of your responsibilities, with every use following a predefined sequence of steps. The desk setup follows a specific order, with each item placed according to guidelines for optimal workflow during your shift. Recording the shift start time in the log notebook is the second mandatory step in the daily procedural order. Your supervisor provides the daily order list, which specifies the sequence of phone calls and file reviews you must complete. The phone is a key tool in the order of operations, used only for scheduled calls as per the procedural rules. Following the order list ensures that all tasks are completed in the correct sequence, without any deviations or errors. Each file must be reviewed in a specific order, with details cross-referenced against the log notebook for accuracy. Making the scheduled phone call is part of the ordered routine, timed precisely to align with the shift's procedural timeline. The monitor log maintains the order of all activities, tracking each step from entry to completion during the shift. Comparing documents in the correct order helps identify any discrepancies that need to be addressed according to procedures. Noting down observations in the log follows a strict order to ensure all information is recorded systematically for review. The hallway represents the orderly flow of movement, with each door leading to designated areas for specific procedural tasks. Waiting for a confirmation call was part of the ordered sequence, requiring patience and adherence to the shift's timing rules. Filing documents in the correct order ensures that all materials are organized and accessible for future procedural checks. Monitoring the clock helps maintain the order of the shift, with each task allocated specific time slots as per guidelines. Supervisor checks reinforce the importance of following the procedural order, with regular reviews to ensure compliance. Preparing for the next step in the order involves resetting the desk to its standard configuration for continued routine work. Reviewing the meeting schedule ensures that all procedural steps are aligned with the shift's timeline for upcoming negotiations. The meeting room is prepared according to strict rules, with every element positioned for efficient procedural discussions. Sorting files by meeting date helps maintain order and ensures that documents are ready for review during scheduled sessions. Making a pre-meeting call confirms attendance and sets the stage for procedural discussions in the arrangement office. The door signifies the boundary where procedural rules are enforced, separating the meeting area from the general office space. Entering the meeting room requires adherence to setup protocols, ensuring the environment is conducive to structured negotiations. Colleagues followed the same procedural rules, with non-verbal cues used to initiate the meeting without disrupting the routine. The meeting involves reviewing file details in a specific order, with each point addressed systematically to avoid errors. The hallway connects procedural spaces, guiding movement between the desk and meeting areas during the shift. Ending the meeting on time is crucial, as it maintains the schedule and allows for post-meeting procedural steps. Post-meeting filing ensures that all discussions are documented and organized for future reference in the arrangement system. Preparing for the next procedure involves resetting the workspace, keeping the routine flow smooth and uninterrupted. Stage 2. Handling and organizing files for negotiations in the arrangement shift, focusing on meeting preparations. Each file requires careful review, with the initial scan checking for completeness before deeper analysis during meetings. Cross-referencing files with the master list ensures that all necessary documents are present for upcoming meeting discussion. The file storage system organizes materials chronologically, supporting efficient retrieval for procedural meetings in the office. Phone calls during file handling confirm details and coordinate with colleagues for meeting preparations in the arrangement office. Retrieving files from storage follows a coded system, ensuring the correct materials are brought to meetings without delay. Organizing files on the desk in the order of meetings helps streamline the process and avoid confusion during the shift. Waiting for the next meeting call is part of the routine, with patience required to maintain procedural flow in the arrangement desk. Phone calls during file review often require updating the master list with new details for procedural accuracy. Updating the digital list ensures that all file changes are recorded and synchronized for meeting preparations. Printed lists serve as physical backups, providing a quick reference during file handling in the arrangement office. Cross-referencing files with lists confirms document completeness, a critical step before procedural meetings. Retrieving updated lists from the printer allows for real-time adjustments to the file organization process. Organizing lists with files on the desk helps streamline workflow and maintain order during the shift. A tidy desk with files and lists reflects the systematic approach required for effective arrangement work. Checking the schedule list against the clock ensures that all file preparations align with meeting times. Phone calls to confirm list details help coordinate with team members and avoid procedural errors. Logging list updates in the notebook creates a permanent record for future reference in the office routine. The digital list on the monitor organizes file data efficiently, supporting quick access during the shift. Using list codes to retrieve files from storage ensures accuracy and speed in the arrangement process. Comparing files with the list helps identify and address any missing or incorrect documents promptly. Waiting while monitoring the list is part of the routine, maintaining readiness for the next procedural step. Receiving calls requires immediate list updates to keep all file information current and accurate. Writing on paper lists provides a tactile method for annotating changes during file handling tasks. Filing completed lists in folders archives the data for future retrieval in the arrangement system. Reviewing the meeting list helps prioritize file preparations and ensure timely readiness for discussions. Preparing files according to the priority list optimizes the workflow for efficient meeting support. Completing file handling with organized lists sets the stage for the next phase of the arrangement shift. The phone rings, signaling a potential issue that requires immediate attention in the file review process during the shift. A blinking red light on the phone indicates an urgent call that must be addressed promptly in the office routine. This stage focuses on handling warnings and addressing mistakes with precise procedural steps in the arrangement office. Answering the call reveals a discrepancy in the file that needs to be corrected, according to strict office rules. Logging the discrepancy immediately ensures that the error is recorded for future reference and necessary correction. The log entry captures the time and nature of the discrepancy, providing a clear record for the team review. Retrieving the reference folder helps cross-check the file data to identify the source of the mistake accurately. Comparing documents side by side allows for accurate identification and correction of the error in the arrangement process. Aligning files visually highlights differences that must be addressed to maintain procedural integrity in the office. Making a call to a colleague allows for verification and collaborative decision-making on correcting the file discrepancy. Receiving confirmation provides the go-ahead to proceed with the necessary corrections to the file promptly. Placing the corrected document into the file finalizes the adjustment and ensures procedural accuracy for future reference. Updating the digital list on the monitor reflects the correction, keeping all file information synchronized and current. Noting the time of correction in the log ensures that the process is time-stamped accurately for audit and review. The desk returns to order, with files corrected and lists updated, ready for the next procedural step in the shift. Filing the corrected folder securely in the cabinet archives the updated documents, preventing future discrepancies in the system. Returning to the desk after resolving the issue allows for a moment of reset before continuing the routine shift. The chair symbolizes the routine of sitting and working, even after handling warnings and corrections in the office. Preparing a report documents the warning incident for official records and future review in the arrangement office. Storing the report in the warnings folder completes the procedural handling and documentation of the discrepancy issue. Receiving a call about another file discrepancy initiates the process of addressing new warnings in the shift. The phone call highlights the ongoing need for vigilance in identifying and correcting errors in the office routine. Pulling out the mentioned file allows for a thorough review to confirm the reported discrepancy accurately. Finding an error in the file requires immediate notation to ensure it is documented for correction. Circling the error in red visually marks the mistake that needs to be addressed in the file review process. Calling a colleague to verify the error ensures that the correction process is collaborative and accurate. The colleague's confirmation validates the error, providing authority to proceed with the necessary corrections. The monitor highlights the file with the error, integrating digital tracking into the procedural correction system. Updating the log notebook with the new mistake timestamps the incident for future audit and review. Preparing a correction form standardizes the process for fixing errors in the file documentation. Filling out the form under the desk light emphasizes the meticulous attention to detail in correcting mistakes. Filing the correction in the appropriate folder archives the update, preventing recurrence of the same error. The supervisor's entry prompts a status update on all warning incidents handled during the shift. The wide shot captures the procedural meeting to review warnings and ensure compliance with office rules. Showing the corrected files to the supervisor demonstrates the resolution of warnings and adherence to procedures. The supervisor's nod and departure signal approval of the handled warnings, allowing the shift to continue. The door closing marks the end of the supervisory check, returning focus to the routine desk work. Checking the clock and noting the time finalizes the timeline for resolving the warning incidents. Organizing the desk restores order after handling multiple warnings, preparing for the next tasks. The desk in perfect order symbolizes the completion of warning handling and the quiet routine of the shift. At the clean desk, you watch the monitor for any new alerts or confirmations, maintaining vigilance in the silent office during the night. The security camera's blinking light indicates active monitoring, a constant presence in the quiet arrangement office during the night. Answering the phone call, you take detailed notes in the log notebook, documenting any new information or confirmations received. Reviewing documents in the folder ensures all files are in order and ready for any upcoming negotiations or agreements. The clock shows the late hour, emphasizing the prolonged waiting and monitoring required during the night shift for confirmations. Taking a brief break, you glance out the window, observing the quiet outside world while maintaining focus on the desk duties. Checking the list of pending confirmations helps prioritize tasks and ensure no item is overlooked during the waiting period. The empty hallway symbolizes the isolation and silence of the night shift, with no one else present in the office. Receiving a new file at the door slot adds to the documents requiring review or filing during the shift. Filing the new document in the appropriate cabinet folder organizes the paperwork systematically, ensuring easy access later. Arranging files in the cabinet with precision highlights the meticulous nature of document management in the arrangement office. When the monitor beeps with a new alert, you type to acknowledge it and update the digital log promptly. Another phone call offers further confirmation, and you mark the list with a check to indicate progress. The phone on the hook represents a moment of stillness, waiting for the next call or update in the routine. You prepare the shift summary report, documenting all activities and waiting items for the next shift's review. A colleague arrives to relieve you, initiating the handover process to ensure continuity in monitoring and waiting duties. The handover discussion at the desk ensures that all pending items and procedures are communicated clearly for the next shift. Explaining the waiting items to the colleague transfers responsibility and maintains the system's integrity during shift changes. Gathering personal items and preparing to leave marks the end of your shift, with duties handed over to the next person. The desk, with the new colleague seated, signifies the continuation of the waiting routine into the next shift cycle. Stage repeat, where every procedure is repeated, systems are upheld, and routines prepare meticulously for the next shift cycle. You arrive at the office the next day, using your key to unlock the door and initiate the daily shift routine promptly. The key turning in the lock symbolizes the start of another day, repeating the entry procedure with precision and care. Upon entering, you turn on the lights and check the desk for ELIO items, ensuring nothing is missed in the handover. Reviewing the shift summary report helps you identify 3 pending items that require follow-up during today's routine work. The report folder with detailed notes highlights the systematic documentation essential for tracking progress across shifts. Answering a phone call provides confirmation on 1 pending item, allowing you to update the list with a check mark. You record the confirmation details in the log notebook, dating the entry to maintain accurate records for future reference. Writing in the log notebook under the lamplight emphasizes the meticulous attention to detail in daily record keeping. Organizing files by appointment time prepares you for the day's meetings, ensuring documents are readily accessible when needed. A colleague arrives to discuss file arrangements, coordinating efforts to ensure all documents are in order for the meeting. The discussion at the desk involves pointing at files, demonstrating collaborative planning for efficient document handling. You create a task list on a notepad, prioritizing 5 items based on deadlines to manage the shift effectively. Checking the monitor dashboard reveals 2 new alerts, prompting you to acknowledge them and adjust your task list accordingly. The monitor dashboard with status indicators provides a visual overview of system updates, guiding daily procedural decisions. Receiving a new file through the door slot adds to the documents requiring review, repeating the intake process from previous shifts. You file the new document in the cabinet folder, ensuring it is aligned with others to maintain organizational consistency. The cabinet shelves with organized folders represent the systematic storage essential for quick retrieval during routine work. Preparing coffee and checking the clock marks a brief pause in the routine, reminding you of the shift's timing and pace. You begin making phone calls from the list, confirming 4 appointments to advance the day's negotiation preparations systematically. You finish one phone call, noting the confirmation on the list, with 3 more calls left to complete the shift's tasks. Dialing the next number initiates another call, continuing the systematic process of appointment confirmations for the day's arrangements. The phone and list on the desk symbolize the ongoing communication routine essential for daily arrangement work procedures. Updating the log notebook with call details ensures accurate records are maintained for future reference and accountability. The filled log notebook page under lamplight highlights the meticulous documentation required in every arrangement shift. Clearing the desk and organizing files prepares the workspace for the next shift, maintaining order and efficiency in the routine. Reviewing the next day's schedule on the monitor helps plan ahead, ensuring all preparations are in place for tomorrow. The empty office with closed door signifies the end of the shift and the quiet routine of daily work life. Taking the key to lock the door marks the completion of the shift, following the standard closing procedure meticulously. Turning off the lamp and exiting the room concludes the arrangement shift, ready to repeat the same routine tomorrow.